day go just got darker. And 3 true WWE horror story and
whoever attacked them was very angry, as my dad had more than 20 stab wounds distributed in his arms, legs, head, and body. The knife was still embedded in his head, like a flag. Someone had also dragged them, as the floor was covered with marks.
Let's get into it.
I had never really been into wrestling, but Derek, a friend and classmate from college, was a big fan of that type of entertainment. When he found out I had never been to a show, he invited me to one that was coming up soon. I accepted, since I didn't mind trying something new. A few days later, he told me, "Oh, another friend of mine is gonna come with us too. Is that okay?" "Yeah." I arrived at the show venue long before Derek and his friend. We had agreed to meet a little before it started, but time passed and he was nowhere to be found. At some point, I received an audio from Derek. "Hey, Archie, you see, my mom, something happened, and I won't be able to go. I'm really sorry." "Don't worry," I replied. "I hope everything is all right." Soon after, I received another audio. "But Mark is still going, you know? You guys could go together." "Sure," I sent him. "I told him how you look. He'll be there soon." "Thanks, Derek. See you later," I replied. The truth was, I was an outgoing guy, so I didn't mind meeting this Mark guy. After a few short minutes, a very tall and skinny man started walking toward me. He was wearing a sweatshirt that said, "The Boogeyman," and he kept his hands in his pants pockets at all times.
Why?
"Are you Archie?" "Yes. Are you Mark?"
Wait, how do you know?
"Nice to meet you." He looked me up and down with no expression on his face. "Let's go." Okay. We started walking into the place together. "Derek told me you're a big fan of wrestling, so you must be very excited, right?" "Yes." Mark didn't seem like a very talkative person, but maybe he was just shy. "You know, wrestling has never really excited me." He looked at me with annoyance. "I mean, I've never been to a show. This is the first time that I know. Derek told me. I was starting to feel uncomfortable. It's a shame Derek couldn't come, don't you think?
Wow.
He didn't tell me much, but You talk a lot, you know." What? I hope you don't talk too much during the show. I don't want any distractions. Yeah, sure. After that, I kept quiet. We sat in the middle of the audience, not too close, but not too far from the ring. As red lights came on and people started screaming with excitement, Mark said, "It's beginning." Almost immediately, the presenter began to speak. "This is who we call the Boogeyman." A man with a face painted red and black like a devil appeared.
This man, bro.
After a few seconds,
let me say it. I'm a big wrestling fan, and Boogie and Roman never fought each other. Never. This never happened. I think it's just all off, but they just making a match that could happen, but would never happen.
I remembered why his name seemed familiar to me. That was the same thing that was written on Mark's sweatshirt, so I turned to look at him. The expression on his face surprised me. He had a big smile and was staring at that wrestler. You must be a big fan of the Boogeyman, right? Your sweatshirt? Shut up. Uncomfortable, I went back to watch the wrestlers again. I hadn't paid attention to the others' introductions, so I didn't know who he was. But his appearance was much more common. He just had a black outfit. Suddenly, the bell rang, which meant the beginning of the fight. The other wrestler decided to start with a punch, but the Boogeyman was able to grab his arm and throw him to the ground. There he held him until the other wrestler managed to get up, grabbed him by the head, and threw him away. The public screamed, "No, you have to win, the Boogeyman!" Mark's voice gave me the chills. He, instead of sounding excited like everyone else, wanted the Boogeyman to win so badly that he seemed to be obsessed with it. The Boogeyman used his opponent's attack to his advantage, as he gained momentum thanks to the railing. He jumped on top of the other wrestler and caused him to fall. A A loud thud was heard as he hit the ground. Yes! Uncomfortable, I turned to look at Mark. Suddenly, his eyes, which were wide open, focused on me. The best part is coming. You have to watch it. Look at him! I quickly shifted my gaze to the wrestlers. The truth was, I preferred to see them than Mark. 3, 2, and 1. The boogeyman had officially won. It's time. Suddenly, I watched as a small bag was thrown at the boogeyman, who reached down and opened it. From inside the bag, he pulled out a handful of something that was moving.
Yeah, I should have known.
I soon realized that they were worms wriggling in his hand. The boogeyman walked up to his knocked-out opponent, opened his mouth, and started filling it with worms. I could see some moving and coming out of his mouth, which immediately made me nauseous. It was disgusting, but the public seemed to like it. For a moment, when the boogeyman grabbed more worms, I thought he would give them to his opponent too. But I was wrong.
Hey,
that man took them to his own mouth and swallowed them.
The boogeyman actually ate worms. And if y'all go,
I had to put both hands over my mouth to keep the vomit from coming out. My stomach felt queasy. He is always the best. After the show, Mark and I walked together to the bus station, which was a bit far. I wanted to get home as soon as possible since I wasn't feeling well at all. Surprisingly, Mark spoke. Did you like the show? I don't know what to say. Alright. Wasn't how I imagined it.
Decent.
With the boogeyman, this show is always a surprise. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. He is my favorite wrestler, you know. I listened as Mark opened his backpack. I admire him a lot. I noticed. Yeah. He is the best. After that, I heard Mark eat something. Do you want some? Turning to look at him, I felt as if my heart stopped. In his right hand, Mark had worms, just like the boogeyman. What are you doing? You liked the show, didn't you? You have to do it too. Mark walked up to me as I tried to walk away, but I soon ran into the alley wall. Eat them, Archie! No, I'm winning. He put his hand full of worms in my mouth. Soon, I began to feel the movements of the worms, and although I tried to keep my mouth closed as much as possible, some of them managed to get inside. Feeling the worms moving inside my mouth made me so disgusted that, with all the strength I had, I pushed Mark, who fell to the ground. Then I vomited. Already on the floor, the worms moved about among the vomit. What the hell is wrong with you? You're crazy! I thought about calling the police.
Hey, I thought about calling the police on him and he did that, but I guess you keep it creepy to yourself, cause if I call the police, he might end up doing that to the next person. Or what? He might end up coming for me and say, "This is not the last time I ever see you."
But the truth was that I didn't want to be around that lunatic any longer. So I left with the taste of vomit still in my mouth.
Good thing you left.
The next day, I told Derek what had happened. He tried to contact Mark, but it was impossible since Mark had blocked him. From that day on, I didn't go to any wrestling shows again due to the fear of meeting that sick guy.
Hold on. Stop. Did y'all forget to follow me on Instagram and subscribe?
Wait, whoa.
Can y'all follow me and subscribe at the same time? Y'all can, because it's hard to do. And let's see what's really going on in this video.
I have to admit that I've been a fan of WWE since I was a kid. I know that many
I don't
people
know
all over the
what the
world
first
don't
time I
understand
ever
how
seen
WWE generates so
I wanna
much
know
interest in
y'all
people,
thought, when
but
the first
I know
time
it's
y'all
something from our
ever
country.
seen
It's like
WWE
one of our national
or ever
sports.
thought
As I
about
grew up,
watching any
my
wrestling
fanaticism
promotion,
grew more
no
and
matter if
more.
it's
My
AEW,
parents didn't like
New
it,
Japan,
saying it would make me too
TNA,
violent, so
or
I could never
WWE.
go see the fighters
Which
live.
one
When I
made
grew
y'all
up,
wanna
I started to
start
pay for
watching
my own
wrestling?
tickets without anyone being able to tell me anything, and I went to see them whenever I could.
The
A
crazy
few
thing
days
about
later,
WWE is
after
the
going to a
price on the
WWE
seat
show,
is so
I went to my
freaking
parents' house to
high.
visit them. As
It'd
I
be so
walked
high.
in, my
And
brother
there's
Joshua
a
came
lot
running
of
up to me.
websites to get your prices
Did you go see
down
the
a
Raw
little bit
wrestlers?
to
What
get
were they
good
like?
seats,
Did they
but
fight
I don't
backstage?
know what the website is.
Hi, Joshua. No, they are very professional. They fight only in the ring.
That's not true. Many times I saw them fight in the parking lot or backstage.
That's true, but there's always a camera on. Don't worry, you didn't miss any fights.
Hey, are they still in town? Can we go see them?
You know what Mom and Dad think about this. I don't think they'll agree.
Come on, Aiden. You have to ask them.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait until I'm old like you to see them.
If you want me to do you a favor,
You didn't start out on the right foot.
That's
but
really messed
okay,
up.
I'll
Like,
ask.
wait until
Joshua
you
was
get to
15, but when we talked about
20-something year
WWE,
old
he
or
sounded
something
like an
like that,
8-year-old.
or get to, like,
He was just as
older
obsessed as
age
I
to
was
watch
as a kid.
wrestling. That
And
messed
I
up.
admit it. Made me
I
feel
think
bad that they wouldn't let him
they
go
didn't
either.
want him watching
After
wrestling
all, I
because
knew my
they
parents'
think he
fears
might
were
end up
unjustified.
training or doing
I spent the
what
afternoon with
he
them,
see
and to my
on
surprise, they
TV
agreed to
or
let us
what
go,
they
only
do.
if I took care of him. They knew that I grew up with WWE and was a very healthy young man.
Yeah.
Maybe it was time to modernize and accept that WWE
Yeah.
is just healthy fun. When I
And the
told
crazy
Josh,
thing about it, WWE is just fake. Like, it's fake, but if you don't know how to do the moves right, and you don't know how to keep your opponent safe, you can injure yourself and you can harm your opponent. And you don't know how to do it safely. And you don't know how to do it safely to a point where it look like you're hurting them for real, but not hurting them, then you can do it. But you don't know how to do it, then get it up. Just
jumped with joy. I have never seen him so happy, and I gotta admit that as I
Yeah.
watched him, my inner child was
that
just
was
as
what
excited as he was.
did.
Getting
When
tickets
I
for
first started
Raw
watching
was
WWE.
not easy since they were almost sold out.
Told y'all,
But I made it.
ticket be
When
high.
we arrived,
And if you
Joshua
want the
couldn't stop
best seat,
screaming with excitement.
or it be high.
The
So,
Cedric
if
Alexander
I
versus
did
Drew
went to WWE,
McIntyre
I'll
fight
probably
was
get,
just
like,
about
a
to start,
decent seat
but the
and
main
not too
attraction was the
expensive.
referee.
Aiden, look! That's Kurt Angle! I'm looking at Kurt Angle! I know, right? I never imagined I'd see him in the ring.
The fight started, and my brother kept jumping up and down until a strange noise froze him, and he opened his eyes as if I'd never seen him before. The whole ring went black, and terrifying music started to play. The Fiend had appeared in the ring, attacking the legendary Kurt Angle. I was enjoying the show, but Joshua was quiet, analyzing what was going on.
Why? Why you
When we walked
analyze that
out,
match?
I was still full of excitement for everything we saw. But Joshua was acting weird.
Hey, you're not freaked out by the Fiend, are you?
Yeah, are you good?
He's just a fighter. No,
You good?
I wasn't scared. The Fiend is great. He beat Kurt Angle with one move.
Oh, his answer caught me off guard. So, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I always thought fighters like Kurt Angle, Hulk Hogan, or The Rock were invincible. Do you think maybe they're not?
Listen, Joshua, these wrestlers are
You haven't
ordinary
gotten him
people.
the truth.
We are all ordinary people. You, me, Mom, Dad, and even Hulk Hogan or The Fiend.
Meaning I can be like the Fiend? You mean I can be like the Fiend? If I were, I wouldn't let anyone
That's not
ever
what
knock
you
me out.
said. No, no,
Yeah,
that's
of
not
course,
what,
but I don't think Mom and Dad would let you.
that's
Exactly.
not what you trying
Days went by, and my parents started to worry about Joshua. They would send me WhatsApp messages telling me that he was acting very strange. He hardly ate,
Okay,
didn't talk to
the
them,
Fiend got him
and they
triggered
suspected he was
already
missing
now.
school. Every day I tried to calm them down, until one day they stopped sending me messages. That day I tried to write them, called both of them, I even asked Joshua, but nothing, no answer. I was really worried,
Hold,
so I
we
decided
gotta
to go over there and
to
make
their
sure
house
everything was
and
okay.
see what happened?
As I walked in, I ran into Joshua, who started yelling at me in a panic, telling me I had to go to the kitchen. With no time to react, I ran in desperation. And when I got to the kitchen, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Both my parents were on the floor in a huge pool of blood. They were both dead, with cuts all over their bodies. Whoever attacked them was very angry, as my dad had more than 20 stab wounds distributed in his arms, legs, head, and body. The knife was still embedded in his head, like a flag. Someone had also dragged them, as the floor was covered with marks. I turned around looking for Joshua. I had to get him out of there. But suddenly, I felt a hard blow to my ankle. I fell to the ground in pain, and I could see how my bone had slipped out of place, ripping my skin. Behind me was Joshua, wearing a mask of the Fiend, and with my metal baseball bat in his hand.
This is the reason why.
Joshua! Why? You were right, brother. No one can forbid me from doing anything anymore. Damn it, Joshua. That was Mom and Dad. You stupid idiot. You've ruined your life. My life has just begun. Soon I'll become like the Fiend, and I'll be the one giving the orders.
Before I could say anything, I heard someone grunting. It was my mother, who was somehow alive. She hadn't received injuries like my dad's, but she had lost a lot of blood. But Joshua saw her too.
Joshua, no!
No!
I tried to stand up, but I couldn't. Not only was I in immense pain from my foot, but a part of me was afraid to face my little brother. I know, it may sound crazy, but I still loved him. I couldn't imagine hurting him. Without saying anything, Joshua started hitting her with the bat. Her head began to crack like a watermelon, exposing her entire brain. My mother was still shaking, but it was just a reflex. She was already dead. While I was still crying, I saw my brother, covered in my parents' blood, approach me.
Joshua, you're 15 years old, okay? The Fiend is an ordinary person. He is just an actor.
The only thing I remember is that before I could finish the sentence, Joshua hit me in the head with the bat, and everything went blurry. When I woke up, my head hurt terribly. I was very dizzy, and I couldn't see anything. I felt like I was suffocating. At that moment, I realized there was dirt all over my body. I was buried. I pulled myself forward and got out of the hole with great ease. I could tell that whoever had done this to me was very inexperienced. Full of pain, I limped to the kitchen, determined to stop my brother before he hurt someone else. But it was too late. When I found him, he was lying on top of my parents with his throat cut open and a knife in his hand.
No!
The police arrived soon after and arrested me, but when they realized I was innocent, they let me go. The police found a letter my brother wrote before he committed suicide, but I didn't want to read it until many months later. When I opened it, I expected to find a remorseful Joshua, unable to deal with what he had done. But I was wrong.
The hearing.
The letter said that he had already gotten...
the letter said, I had already gotten rid of all my earthly ties, and I already killed my parents and my brother, and now I am ready to become one with the Fiend.
When I checked his computer, I found in his browser history many Satanism and ritual internet pages where the users encouraged him to do everything he did.
You got it.
After that day, I decided to keep watching WWE. But the day I have children, I wasn't going to forbid them from watching it. No, I was going to accompany them and educate them while they did it.
Well, wrestling is fake, all right? No, where the hell are you been?
Benjamin, man.
Come on,
I don't know who that is. Is that like...
You know what I mean. I don't know what you mean. Well, it's entertainment. It's not real fighting. It's not...
When I was a kid, I used to be obsessed with WWE.
My
room had posters of all the famous fighters from Undertaker to the Big Show. So when I turned 18 and my uncle bought me a ticket to my first WWE match, no one in my family could stop me from going there. I didn't ask anyone to join me because I wanted to witness the fight uninterrupted. I drove to Madison Square Garden where the match was held. It was Undertaker versus Triple H. So you could imagine my level of excitement. All the fans of WWE were gathered there. I made my way through the crowd of people and finally found my seat. I might have only taken a sip or two of my cold drinks, but that's when I felt a little weird, like something was different around me. As I turned to my left, I noticed him for the first time. A skinny, pale man was sitting beside me. Even though nothing was striking in his appearance, his eyes gave me the creeps. He had these big, yet drowsy eyes, like he had just recovered from some critical disease. His head turned slowly toward me, and we exchanged a gaze. I smiled awkwardly, but his face remained void. There was no reaction, not even an eyebrow twitch. He kept staring at me without blinking. And that's when the announcement happened. Undertaker entered, and the crowd jumped off their seats. I never screamed so loud in my life before. The sound of the applause of fans cheering gave me goosebumps the moment I saw my favorite WWE fighter appear on the stage. Undertaker rolled his eyes and stuck his tongue out. It was his signature move, and I felt like I was 9 again. It was like a dream come true. Though everyone was going nuts at the moment, the man beside me didn't get up or even cheer. He just sat there like a lump of clay. No emotions, no expressions, nothing. Undertaker and Triple H entered the ring, and I sat down. People went on cheering, and the fight began. They were dissing each other as they do, and for the first time, the man beside me spoke.
Here comes a punch.
What? What did you say?
Before I could clarify this matter, I heard the stadium go crazy, and Undertaker threw a punch at Triple H. Even though I couldn't hear what the man said, I surely did hear him say the word punch. Seeing me staring at him with a confused face, the man turned toward me and smiled. He then raised his bony head and pointed the ring with his filthy index finger and said,
"Time for an elbow drop."
I immediately looked at the ring and saw Undertaker climbing the ropes and getting ready to do the same move the man had just mentioned. He elbow dropped, and Triple H grabbed his stomach in pain. The crowd went crazy. I would have too, if not for this man sitting next to me. The dream match of my life was slowly turning into a scary movie. The man predicted the next move, and the move after that too. No one heard him except me, so it was only my face that turned pale in fear at that moment. But he was the same. Watching that match with his drowsy yet creepy eyes, and smiling in between like a deranged person. I decided to change my seat, so I thought to get up when the man turned toward me and said,
"You are going to cut yourself."
What?
"Soon. There will be blood coming out of you."
Are you fucking insane?
What?
Just in a few seconds.
He laughed, and I got up to leave right then. But as I grabbed the seat in front of me for support, I failed to notice the sharp iron rod peeking out from the corner. And his prediction was true again. Blood came out of my palm, and I looked back at the man. He was staring at me already, but this time he wasn't smiling. He said in a low voice,
"Punch. Ankle lock. And here comes the Undertaker tombstone."
His eyeballs started to move fast, and everything he said kept on happening. I had enough, so I called out to him.
What the hell is wrong with you? What do you want?
Hearing me screaming, the man sitting in front of me finally intervened.
Stop screaming! Let me watch the match!
Tell him! It's all because of him!
I pointed out to this psycho, and the man in front of me looked at him. He then looked back at me and said,
How much did you drink, bro?
What?
The seat beside you.
There's nobody there. You were just imagining the. Oh, you're imagining the whole thing. There was nobody there. Wow.
Vacant. There's no one in it.
He went back to watch the match, thinking I was drunk and I froze in my seat. I wanted to move my body, but I couldn't. I slowly turned my head to the left, and right where I was talking to this man the entire time, I found the seat empty. No one was there. The seat was vacant. I searched as far as my eyes could go, but I didn't see this guy anywhere. The rest of the match was ruined for me already. When it ended and I came out, I went straight to the bathroom. I splashed water on my face and somehow got my shit together. Maybe this guy was just kidding me? Maybe they both knew each other and pranked me. I was trying hard to explain it to myself, but nothing came to my mind. I went there 2 days after. It was a holiday, so except for the cleaning stuff, I saw no one. I wandered in the corridor aimlessly, and then suddenly my eyes went to the left wall. A picture was hanging on the wall, and under it, a bunch of candles were burning. The moment I saw the photo, a shiver ran down my spine. It was that same man that I saw 2 days earlier. It came as a shock that that man is dead, and not withholding my curiosity, I went straight to the cleaning guy and asked,
What happened? How did he die?
You know Larry?
His name is Larry?
Yeah, he used to work here. He knew everything about this place and those matches. Maybe that's why he was drowned last week.
Last week? He was drowned last week?
Yeah, he used to say that all WWE matches were fake. No one ever fought anyone and all the moves were already decided. He started spreading this rumor, so the fans got suspicious. The authority couldn't risk it anymore, so I think someone murdered him last week. His body was floating upside down on the lake. Are you okay? Why are you asking about Larry?
Nothing.
Never mind.
I'm fine.
With trembling footsteps, I walked back to my car. I vomited in the parking lot before getting in. It was clear that Larry found a dark secret of the WWE authorities, and that's why he was silenced. But the fact that I saw a man who died a week before, while sitting in a stadium full of people, still unsettles me to my core.